Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is David, we're Go Gamers, and today we got this Xbox One S. We had a customer bring this inside of one of our store locations, claiming that it fried out in a storm. So let's go to the upper cam and see how we could be able to get this repaired. All right, so as you guys can see, we have a Xbox One S with my main man Sonic right there. I am going to plug this two-prong power connector in right here, and I'm going to press the power button. See what we get. Nothing, no beeps. Press right here too. Nothing or any beeps. All right, so with a Xbox One S like this, it could be many different issues on why that storm might have fried it out. Typically, I see when game consoles get fried out by storms, typically it's usually something to do with your PSU, which just stands for power supply unit that's on your motherboard. The difference between a Xbox One S and the Xbox One Fats, the Fat model game consoles have an external power supply unit. So typically if that thing fries out, the light on the power supply unit would light up red. And I actually have a Xbox One Fat power brick right here. So this is what it would look like. But with the Xbox One S, this is inside of here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this thing apart. We're going to examine the power supply unit, see if replacing that gets that to work, and if not, then it may be a deeper issue with the motherboard. So let's see if we can have a easy repair today and get this knocked out. All right, guys, so we have the Xbox taken apart. Right here we have our hard drive. I'm going to try to get rid of a little bit of that glare so you can see. We have our hard drive right here. We have a Blu-ray drive, our fan, and we have our power supply unit. So this is that internal power brick I was telling you guys about. So let's remove the hard drive so we can be able to get to this power supply. I'm just going to simply lift this up so we can get this out of here. Just like that. And this is attached to the motherboard. You could take a small flathead screwdriver, push in that clip, and once you push that clip in, you're going to pull at the same exact time to remove the power supply unit from the motherboard. So we now have the power supply unit removed from the motherboard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply take another power supply that I took from a donor motherboard, and we're going to power this thing up and see what we can get with this one. So got it in there. I'm going to plug back in the hard drive. Got the power cord back in. So let's see if this donor power supply unit will work. We now have power, and obviously that's something we did not have before. We have the white light right there. Let's see what we get on the screen to make sure there's no artifacts and the timer chips and everything else is functioning properly. All right, so we have a screen right here. As you can see, that's something we didn't have previously before. I'm going to try to put a disc inside of it. Took the disc, no problem. It's spinning the disc, no problem. And I'm going to try to eject it. And there we go. So the new power supply did fix our issue, but let's wait for it to go to the dashboard before I 100% conclude that we are 100% done with this game console. And here we are. We are at the dashboard. I'm going to take my Xbox One S controller, well, just my regular Xbox One controller. I'm going to press the sync button on the controller. I just pressed the sync button on the console. I'm going to allow them both to sync up to make sure that they can connect just fine. And they do connect fine. And you can see that everything is working fine, and it was playing an amazing game. They was just looks like they was just playing a little bit of Elden Ring. So yeah, looks like everything is functioning properly on this game console. So we have a totally working game console. This is going to be for sure be a happy customer. It was exactly what I thought from the beginning, that it was definitely going to be a power supply unit. It could also be other things as well, like your retimer chip, because that sits on the power rails. It could be a power MOSFET. It could be the capacitors next to the power MOSFET. So it could definitely be a number of things, but the most typical issue is going to be the power supply unit, typically when it gets hit by a large storm. But besides that, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, or if this video did help you out, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. I try to upload a lot of the repairs that I do. Obviously not 100% of them, because we get in a ton of repairs, but I try to upload some of the unique ones, or some of the ones I think will be worthy of an upload. So if you want to see more stuff like this, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe. But besides that, I hope to see you guys on the flip side, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.